Hey, this is Silicon Fist, and this is a brief Webbot report, February 2017, titled Stoke It. Global Pop. The good news is that not only are the numbers of prominent members of the evil ruling elites of the dollar empire going to perish over 2017, but humanity is also forecast to receive a slap in the face from the China Pop central authorities. The news over the upcoming months is forecast to include many obituaries where the reactions are humor and jocularity. Further, there are sets going to the ideas of freakouts by the former ruling elites as their numbers deplete in a shocking and rapid fashion. In the ultimate of irony, the data sets have the ruling elites crying conspiracy to say that they're being killed off by a grand global conspiracy. Of course, no one will believe them or care. The ruling elites losing it meme is temporarily coincident with the China Pop Central Authorities' announcements for what we can call a global population 5-year plan. In these statements, the Chinese Central Authorities will be releasing real science and projections to the planetary population about the developing ice age. Further, these announcements are also indicated to cause a Western pedophilia power elites to have such spasms as to actually induce heart attack. Thus, the additional irony of yet another power elite being rushed to the hospital with a heart attack brought on by the escape of truth. The Chinese Central Authorities will be starting a big push of their environmental concern and food crop concern language with their announcement that will lead to the innovation wave sending some of its energy into those needs. There's been frequent descriptions of large-scale conversions of big buildings from airplane hangars to malls into food growth centers. The innovation wave brings out entrepreneurial solutions at local levels that bring us back to a much more distributed food production system. There are also emerging data sets as the new normal weather patterns that will lead to an ice age, as well as shock to the system of lies as the Chinese Central Authorities announces truth to global pop. As a global investigation into the planetary elite and their pedophilia connection continues, the datasets have a new growth in supporting sets for very big impacts on religions. Yet more ancient secrets revealed sets are connected to the collapsing caves language in the Terra entity, as these caves are revealed in the series of earthquakes, related instances to caves thinning out. These are all within the supporting groups for the longer-term datasets around the idea of falling into collapsing caves reveals ancient underground civilizations under major metropolitan centers. The datasets are also forecasting the waves of repressive orders by various state, government, officialdoms that will be colliding with a blowback across much of the planet for the next 2 years. The datasets are forecasting that waves of repressive orders by various state governments and officials will be colliding with the blowback across much of the planet over the next 2 years as systems of governments become undone. The data has very two large social waves in the transition state to each other, specifically the long-denied and repressed and suppressed and actively opposed emotional wave that we characterize within the Alta reports as a small collective or tribal feeling that has been described in the datasets as being stomped into silence over the last 60 years. Okay, so you can purchase this at halfpasthuman.com. Follow Clif High on Twitter. You can follow me up on YouTube, Silicon Fist. And there's a Webbot group on Facebook. Alright, talk to you later.